with us. We have 6 flex payments on everything, and we are doing that until midnight. So of course that's gonna apply to our next item. Now, we all love chatting on the phone and talking and calling in and ordering here at HSN, but maybe it's time to upgrade the phone that you have. And we brought out the AT&T. Now, AT&T is a great way to upgrade for not only better audio, but call blocking. This one actually disconnects a call if the person calling you can't identify themselves. So what does that mean? All those robocalls aren't even gonna bother you at all, because this is gonna sort of be your personal assistant that's gonna, you know, not even answer the call or send it off and shut it down before it even gets to you, right, Bill?
So that's just it. These have been wildly popular because not just the colors, but really what it does for us. We know when the phone rings, we got to answer it so we can know who's on the other line. But how many times is it that robocall where we just sit there and we're like, hello, hello? We don't want to, and then we have to block that call. And what do? We have to make an additional purchase. We have to go back to the base station to block it. I want to show you how this works. So I'm going to call our set of phones right here because I want to solicit money. I want to bother you. So you see, the phone's ringing. I'm calling the house. But how come the house phone's not ringing? That's not me calling.
Oh, somebody else calling the phone coincidentally at the same time?
That's the ironic part, but this will actually pre-screen those calls for you. So what does that mean? The house phone doesn't ring unless it is a human on the other line, which is really what is important at the end of the day.
But you are a human on the other line.
But you have to identify yourself.
Oh, okay.
So a robocall can't do that. So it actually, that recording, which I'll play for you in just a sec, it says identify yourself.
Right.
And a robocall can't do that, so
I
it
forgot
doesn't
to
get
do the
through.
colors.
Okay.
So let's come down here. This is the silver. The silver is the silver and the black. This is the rose gold, which is the one we're demonstrating on. And then, oh no, this is the rose gold. So this is the champagne. This is the champagne, and this is the rose gold, because you can see it has like a little pink to it. But champagne is the one that Bill is demonstrating on, correct?
Correct.
Yes, and you know, I thought during the, you know, before the elections, whatever, it was like the robocalls, calls. But then it ended and the calls kept coming. I don't even know what, you know, sometimes I even answer them just to be like, who are you? What are you? And I live in a part of the country, I moved here from LA, Los Angeles. So I have a area code from a different part of the country, from the part of the country where I live. So I get solicitation phone calls from a localized area, an area where I don't even live anymore. So it's ridiculous how they'll, you know, just be calling and calling and calling. I wish there was a way to make it call. What are we looking at here, Bill?
So this is realize it progressively blocks these telephone calls. It blocks the nuisance calls. So it does not ring the house. It blocks them before they ring. And that's really what is so efficient about this, because just like, you know, you're sitting at the dining room table right now and the phone is ringing. Who is it? Just let it go to voicemail as a solicitation. The house won't even be bothered because it pre-screens the calls with a recorded message. You have to identify yourself. So if it is the doctor's office or the mechanic that you hear from very rarely, they can get through. But if it is that robocall, that solicitation, it will be blocked. It will not get through, and it can block up to 1,000 numbers. If a call does get through and it's someone you don't want to talk to, you can manually block it, but it's that progressive aspect of pre-blocking the call that's really set this apart, because that's only from AT&T. Just a quick tour of the entire system though. So you see our base station. The base station has a digital answer machine, 22 minutes that it can record, but also you have to realize, you see how it's a smaller footprint? Do you have that digital answer machine or answer machine right now in the base station? It is just huge, has all these extra buttons. You don't get what it does. So AT&T's made it more compact. They've made the handsets brighter, so you can literally see that bright, vivid screen. Each number is backlit. You also notice there's a call block button on every handset. And some people are like, why do I need 5 handsets? So maybe this one sits in the kitchen, in the home office. I now have one in my bedroom, maybe on his side of the bed, your side of the bed, next to me on the couch, out in the garage, because all you need is just to plug them in. You just need one telephone jack for your base station, but then you have all this access and communication. You even now have an intercom in every room you have one of these.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because you can call this phone, so if the kids are upstairs and they wanna call downstairs, hey, when's dinner, instead of yelling and screaming through the house, I think this is really, really nice. And look how beautiful these phones look. I mean, these really, I mean, it is top of the line, and it is an upgrade for better audio. So if you're on the phone, you have trouble hearing, it may not be you, it might be the phone system, right, Bill?
And that's just it. The two things people complain most about their phones is the call blocking aspect and the audio, the crackling, the interference. interference. So what you're walking away with is DECT 6 technology. You can see you have this antenna, which gives you better range as well. And what does that DECT 6 technology give you? Less interference from the random stuff in our homes, from Wi-Fi and microwave signals and all of that, but also gives us better clarity. So you're walking away with high definition audio.
There's actually more security also with the DECT 6 system.
Exactly.
Because sometimes you give sensitive information over a wireless phone, you know, these phone, and that's more secure, the DECT 6. I also want to point out how big the buttons are. If you're like me and you need reading glasses to do everything, I like that they have nice big buttons where I can make a phone call and I can see every button without, you know, getting reading glasses.
You can see the buttons, you can hear the call coming in because it has caller ID, which we also appreciate. So it's like, oh, do I get up and get it? Let's see who's calling. It's leaving the message, digital answer machine, so it's going right to voicemail. It's feature rich, it looks good. And the cool part about this, we talk about the gifting season. Do you know how quickly you can set this up in someone's house and they won't even know it?
Oh,
because it's just a plug and play experience. The next time, you know, your mom then goes, grabs the phone, she's like, ooh, this is fancy. And just so you can kind of see the difference between the gold and the champagne and the rose gold. So that rose gold has a little more of a pinky hue to it.
Right.
And then our champagne is a little more golden, which is just great.
Right.
But
and you
look
only
at how
need
large
one
those numbers
phone
are.
jack.
Exactly.
All the other extension phones, you just plug into the wall like a regular plug, like you plug in your blow dryer.
You can mix them up if you need to, or if you happen to put them back on the wrong stand.
It doesn't matter.
You can easily find them.
Right.
You can even name them too, so you know, oh, this one's the kitchen, this one's, you know, goes to the kids' room, which is great. And it's access throughout the house. Because a lot of us, you just have the phone right here in the kitchen, but then you always have to run to the kitchen or run to the office. Nope, you can have one outside if you'd like, you know, plug it outside. So you have the workshop, the man cave, wherever, because as I like to even point out, you go through the menu and you see you can get your voicemails, messages from any handset. I don't have to go back to the base station, which is just phenomenal. But then I also appreciate it has the call blocking feature. By the way, the setup is so simple because it even takes you through it with voice recognition. Takes you through it with easy to follow directions. The intercom system. So right over here, I want to call mom in the kitchen, or maybe I want to call everyone in the house to let everyone know dinner's ready, all handsets. I can do that. I'll hit my button right over here and boom. It's ringing everybody, so everyone knows, pick up the phone.
It's ringing everybody because this is one phone number.
Exactly.
This is one phone number, but it's all over your house or the backyard.
An easy setup.
An easy setup. This is easy setup. These are big buttons. It's a beautiful phone. And under $100, it's, first of all, free shipping today, and we are doing that special of 6 flex payments. So for $16.67, a gift of a phone. Now, it's also very kind of important for safety to have a landline. A lot of times cell phone service doesn't work in an emergency, but your landline, it's really nice to have a landline. And a lot of times if you pay for cable, you're getting a landline with that. You already have one. You may not even know that you already have one. You might as well use it. So also we have Protection Plus available on this. So just in case, like if you're somebody that like drops your phone, it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, customer service. So you can ask your representative about our Protection Plus and Allstate Company Powers Square Trade. So also that's also available. Now, I like that you can block a call even if you're on your handset. So on the handset, there's a button that says call block. So if you are, you know, you're doing something, the phone rings, you answer it, and that person is like, yeah, hi, I'd just like to know if you would like to have a this or a that or a blah. Just push
Do you have a few moments?
Do you have a few moments of your time?
Exactly.
I feel like I'm doing that to you guys right now. You can block me, you can turn your TV off, but you can just push this with the call block.
We get interrupted. Remember, the two biggest complaints to the Federal Trade Commission are the annoying nuisance calls and then better audio. So you're getting better audio because it's AT&T and it's DECT 6. But what did AT&T do about those nuisance calls? It pre-screens those phone calls.
Yeah, that's really amazing.
So if it's an unknown number, and if it's a number outside of the area code, say it's a number in the area code. You can set it up where it doesn't screen those calls. But you can set up where it screens every unknown number, so if someone rings the house, a robocall rings the house, it will not ring and bother you because it goes through a screening process before it rings. And then what happens if it does ring? You know it's someone on the other line. You know it's a family member. You know it's someone you haven't talked to in a while because it will announce it. It'll be like, it's Uncle Bill. So it's like, oh, let's go get this call. I haven't heard from him in months. And that's where you know when it rings, it's an important call.
All right, my producer Rocky wants me to tell everybody, and I want to make sure I get this right, Rocky, that there's 1.9 million robocalls, complaints, filed to the FTC in the first 5 months of last year.
It's the number one complaint they get.
1.9 million. That's the number one complaint that they get? Yeah, and you know, you can stop it with a push of the button, and it says call block, and it's on every single handset. It's also on the home base.
And that's just it, because some phone systems just have it at the home base.
So even
some
they call
don't
you,
even
they
have
can only
it.
call you once.
Right. And
you can eliminate them one at a time.
And that you want to be proactive about it. AT&T's taking that even off your plate.
It's the only one that has that technology.
Correct, and it is like the assistant, like you said, because I mean, if you ever called someone, it's like, oh, let me see if the doctor's in. They're kind of pre-screening the call.
Right.
That's what AT&T's going to do for you.
It's the
so
doctor,
then when it's like, okay, it's Uncle Bill. You want to take the call? Yes, you want to take the call.
Of course I do.
Of course you do.
Of course I do.
Yeah, you got news to share. You want to talk. You want to tell them what's under the tree and all that stuff. It looks good, so even when it's off, you have your choice of the 3 colors. You have better audio, which is great. And then you have all the conveniences of a landline that we all really appreciate. Because, you know, we like our cell phones, but the towers go down, they get congested in an emergency. These will always be up and running, and it's your good go-to, because it's a great name brand, too.
Right, and it's nice in the house to have a phone near you, no matter where you are in the house in case of an emergency.
True.
Great with free shipping and handling, 2 and 6 FlexPay. Thank you so much, Bill.
Thank you. It's been
so
fun.
Christmassy. Feel Christmassy.
You're looking bright, shiny.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back.